Part 6 of my deep dive on the Sound of Freedom movie and Operation Underground Railroad and Tim Ballard. We're still talking about the issues with OUR. So like I said in previous parts, Mormon Stories podcast did a deep dive on this, and they talked to a former employee of OUR. And she said she definitely describes OUR as a cult-like environment. This is actually true for a lot of nonprofits. Nonprofits have been described by nonprofit cults are definitely a thing. Corporate cults are definitely a thing too. A lot of like startups and workplaces have very cult-like cultures. This isn't necessarily unique to OUR, but it's significant because she said that asking questions or bringing up valid concerns was never encouraged. It was always, if you don't agree with us, if you don't believe in us, if you don't just accept exactly what we're telling you, you must be against us. You were an evil person. It was very us or them, and it was like very intense. She said it was a really, really crazy environment. And she said that it became clear after a while that OUR, while they claim to be, their mission is to help children and help rescue children, it was very clear that their mission was to elevate one person in particular, and that person was Tim Ballard. This image was circulating for a long time. This is a whiteboard that was said to have been drawn by Tim Ballard in 2019, and he has all these different areas and plans that he has where they all funnel into timballard.com, and they all are supposed to generate money to funnel back into timballard.com. He lists different ways he plans on making money. He lists different amounts that he wants to charge for speaking fees. A lot of people wonder if Tim Ballard has political aspirations, but his goal is to point things back to him and his mission and to the Mormon Church. The ultimate goal is to proselytize for Mormonism. Those are not the words that he would use. Those are the words that I'm using. But like the end goal is to point people to his faith and point people to like his ideal of what the world should look like. Again, is very typical of cult-like leaders, cult-like people, grifters. You know, being in the business of elevating Tim Ballard really reminds me of how former employees of Rachel Hollis and the Hollis Co. I have a whole deep dive on Rachel Hollis as well. They used similar language where they were like, we were supposed to be helping women, but it became very clear over time that we were in the business of elevating Rachel, not necessarily helping all women. It should also be noted that OUR has been accused of hoarding millions and millions of dollars. I think you can look up their financials, and at one point they had over like $30 million in bank, I think almost $40 million, which again reminds me of the Mormon Church. They hoard billions of dollars and have billions in real estate. Check back for part 7.